Backing music was used illegally.
That XP was remarkable, unremarkable. He made the album to lift himself up and pull him out of the quagmire. Ain't we all, man? Ain't we all, brother?
I went on a stag do to London the other year.
Very special guest, XP from Flame Griller, the West Yorkshire rap crew. He's a top bloke. Buy everything he does.
The WYcast is made possible by people going on the XP homepage, www.exp.uk, and buying my albums on vinyl and CD and getting merch as well. So big thanks to everyone who has. And if you enjoy these podcasts, please consider helping out by going and buying some. Ladies and gentlemen, it's nearly time for the WYcast Series 5. If I said I'd stop doing this, I clearly lied. To represent the area, I feel inclined. So I'm XP, I'm the bearded guy. Plays keys for Jamatoni and appears on mics. The youth aren't feeling it, my streams aren't high, but their moms bought my vinyl, I feel alright. Shouts to my regulars, it's all for you. If this is your first episode, all I do is talk to people who've got the fortitude to keep hip-hop alive. It's what they're born to do, and they're all representing West Yorkshire too. Promoting, producing, performing tunes. I find out the origins, stories, views, and on this episode I'm talking to NikNak. Finally, one of my bucket list WYcast podcasts, one that I had to get over the line at some point. What she is doing, what she has done, DJ turntablism wise, in the UK, in Europe, award winning, massive reputation. Literally a couple of days before this, she'd just been doing a back-to-back with Mr. Scruff. As you do, she's a man. I've been desperate to get this over the line. Very excited to get her in Leeds for a chat. Let's go. NikNak, how
Hello.
the heck are you?
I'm all right.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming, man. St. John's, we're repping in Leeds, just by the little memorial spot. Dude, it's been far too long overdue this, because you're at that level, I think, of just flirting with celebrity. I think you're like one BBC decision away from like being Giles Peterson levels of influence. And like, I look at you as like, wow, she's killing it, they're killing it. So man, big the hell up to you, man.
Oh my God, that's it. What?
Bro, I'll tell you why I say that, because you get every sick gig going, and I'm like, she's on that set, like you literally just did Beaverworks with Green Party. I saw how full out that was, and you were going back to back with Mr. Scruff.
Yeah.
Who gets to go back to back with Mr. Scruff? Do you know what I mean? And like those opportunities seem ready. You seem ready and willing to take those opportunities and be given them. So I think that's fantastic, and obviously down to how sick you are. So big the hell up, man. So I'm interested to find out a bit about you and kind of introduce you to the people who watch this and stuff, man. So, are you Leeds born and bred? Are you West Yorkshire?
No,
Where are you from originally?
I'm from London.
So, what year were you born in London, may I ask?
Well, let's calm down. I'm from London. I moved to Leicester in 2010 for my undergrad.
Oh, sick.
And then I moved to Leeds in 2016.
Right.
So I've been here coming up to 10 years.
What was your reason for moving to Leeds?
I was doing a master's at the University of Leeds.
Nice.
It's a very nerdy title. Electronic and computer music, focusing on turntablism.
That's so flames. So
nerd. Sorry.
No. I mean, all
That's not a bad thing,
turntablistic
to be
geeks.
fair. And also that, yes.
They have to be by trade, because it's such a, you have to obsess over it, right? To get as good as you become. So, so what was the path to finding that in London? How did you get into like being a turntablist, like into music?
So, going into turntablism stuff. So when I was in Leicester, I was studying at DMU. Shout out to DMU, and I was working in a bar. I knew how to DJ, but like scratching was like the next thing. So there was an interesting point where like we had a lecture from a person called Sophie Smith. Every time I say her name, I very nearly say Sophie Turner from Game of Thrones. Sophie Smith,
right.
And she is like, and I hope I don't get this wrong, but she's like a doctor in turntablism, if I'm not mistaken.
Mad.
Or at least like knows that stuff. She's written a book about it and everything.
Yeah.
And so she had a guest lecture, and she was talking about, like, she mentioned John first. She talked about Shiva Feshareki and, like, obviously the hip hop of it all, but she also talked about the more experimental side. So Shiva Feshareki is one of the people that has done stuff at the BBC Proms, for example, with turntables. Sophie Smith also talked about, like, Mr. Switch. She also talked about John Cage, Pierre Schaeffer, and all these people. So this is like the academic bit.
Yeah.
And I sat there, was just like, what? This is what? I thought it was just hip hop. What? Like, people were doing weird shit with it. That's dope. And then on the other side, I'm working at this bar. And on Friday nights, there was a crew called the Bug Out Crew.
Right.
And they played like hip hop, funk, soul, everything. And everybody in that crew, and I'm pretty sure, like 99.99995% sure, everybody in that crew could scratch.
Right.
So I'd be there collecting glasses, and then, like, yeah, people would be scratching, and I would just be like at the booth just staring.
Right.
And then be like, oh shit, I need to go do that and be over there.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
this
yeah.
is cool. And then I remember asking a guy called Dan Tanda. Shout out to Dan. He lives in Japan now, lucky bastard. I was like, hi, I would like to play one day, please. And he's like, yeah, man, sure. So then, yeah, I booked that particular gig off of work, did a back-to-back with him for like 6 hours.
Wow.
And he was just like, yeah, you're in the crew. Like, you're sick. I'm like, oh, thank you.
Dope.
And then soon after that came, like, more DJing, to the point where I was no longer a bar staff member. I became a resident DJ and a member of Bug Out.
Remind me, this is London or Leicester?
Leicester.
Sick, sorry.
And yeah, soon, like, the guys, like, I know you've had OP1, shout out to OP1.
Yeah,
He was a member of the Bug Out crew as well.
I wondered
so
how you
he's
knew
one
him.
of the people that I was watching. And, like, soon everybody was like, yeah, come, like, we can show you and teach you stuff. I was like, okay, sick. And then John First, he won the DMC Online World Championships in 2013.
Crazy knowledge, if that's right.
Thank you. He was like doing a competition to win some, like, lessons from him, and I won. So I got a couple lessons from him. He also DJ'd at the bar that I was working at.
Flames.
So it's kind of all just happening all at once.
Yeah.
With the
What a melting pot of
Right.
turntablism.
Right, so it was all me being a big old sponge, just like, oh, okay, this, and then the academic side, and da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
And it kind of just went from there.
Damn.
Basically.
How does Lil NikNak in London find the route to this then, into music?
So London, okay.
Where was the music for you? Where did it start?
The music was from very, very young. Like, we had a sound system in the house.
Dope.
And there was, like, just a stupid amount of vinyl. Like, just, I couldn't go anywhere without listening to music.
Were you folks music lovers, or was it?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. And
Yeah.
they just had loads of genres going. And like,
Yeah, just like,
Sick.
I think I was introduced to Omar and, like, Dennis Brown and everything way before, like, listening to Jamiroquai or whatever. And then
Right.
also, to be fair, my music, like GCSE, secondary school and stuff, like,
Yeah.
our music teachers were very open and were just showing us a lot of different genres as well.
Right.
But, like, I think I was 8 when a couple things happened. There was a I can't remember who gave it to me. Somebody gave me Music 2000 on the PS1.
Man, so many people started on Music 2000. Crazy.
Listen, the resurgence that game is getting.
Yeah.
Give it its fucking dues, right?
Damn right.
Like,
One of
it's-
the most important bits of software going.
Whoever I'm getting sorry. Arms,
Right, get
arms,
gassed about it.
arms. Like that game is too fucking sick.
Yes.
Right. So yes, medals to whoever made that game. Big
Yeah.
up to yourself. There was also a promotion running at the time where you could get, like, different CD-ROMs. This is showing my age. Different CD-ROMs.
Yeah, I'm figuring it out. I
You're
think
like,
I'm in the 80s. I'm in the mid-80s at the minute.
You're
I
like,
think.
there was where, like, CD-ROMs were in cereal boxes. My family was like, oh, Nick is into music. Okay, we need to lock in and get this. So they were like,
Respect.
right. There was virtual DJ. There was dance EJ. There was
hip hop EJ.
hip hop.
Yeah,
Yep, hip hop
boy, made a few
EJ.
beats on that.
And there was a red, like, VJ one as well, with, like, skater videos and stuff.
Okay.
So we got all of those, and then I would pretend to be on the radio with, like, my aunt, or, like, make
Too
beats on those
sick.
and DJ on those and stuff. So that was happening. FL Studio, Fruity Loops. FL Studios,
Yeah,
fancy.
later.
Fruity Loops,
Fruity Loops all day.
100%. Fruity Loops was, like, on a computer in school.
Nice.
I made my first
Good
grime beat
school.
on that.
Damn.
And then then it was reason, and then learning logic, and then kind of, so it was.
So you immediately got into the production. You like to make the. Did you ever do anything vocally?
No, I learned a bit of piano, but in hindsight now, I'm dyslexic and have ADHD, so I couldn't read the music.
Yep.
But my music teacher was like, okay, no, middle C is here, and then
figure it out from there.
So figured it out from there. Shout out to, I think it was Mr. Hopkins. That's bad if I can't remember. Shit. Anyway, shout out to you.
He didn't win a DMC. You don't have to remember him.
But you did. Okay. Anyway. I learned a little bit, and there were school choirs and things, but I felt more comfortable just making the thing.
So the first thing you made, is that right? That you made a grime beat then?
Yeah.
Would you have said? And so was that your main influence musically growing up in London? Was it because everyone was buzzing off grime? I guess when you were growing up,
Yeah. I mean, there was so many genres in my head anyway, but I think just me messing around on Fruity Loops, I guess, the first thing came out was a grime beat, but I didn't really think of it in terms of, oh, that's grime, or oh, I'm making grime. It was just,
how'd that feel?
Let's just make something and, whatever.
Yeah.
Same thing with whenever I did stuff on Music 2000, I was like, I just want to try this. I ended up making at one point a jungle tune with Outkast. Was it
acapella on it? I swear.
No, it was the string intro from The Love Below.
Right, yeah.
I sampled that
Nice.
and then just made a jungle beat with it.
Flames.
I'm pretty sure I still have the memory card, but I don't know how to export that shit. If you know, please tell me. Please tell me how to export that shit. And I also don't want to get done for copyright. But again, it was an idea and it just came out.
So did you send these? So you were making some grime beats and stuff. Did you send them to anyone? Did you ever get any MCs on any of them, or was it a really personal journey from that perspective?
So I'd say I didn't really send anyone anything until college, or in between college and uni,
right.
where I did 3 years of college actually, yeah, and it was kind of getting to know people and then learning Logic a bit more and figuring it out, and then this is what you do in a studio, and setting up a drum kit and all of that kind of stuff. Okay, this is how that all works.
Yeah.
And then there were a couple of MCs that I was working with in London at the time that are good mates.
Sick.
Shout out to Rags and Detail. Yeah. Well, I don't know why I blanked then. Sorry. The wind.
Yeah, the wind took it away.
The wind
is
beautiful. But yeah, shout out to them. And we would just hang out and just make some beats. And then
Dope.
Yeah, that was kind of in that time. But again, I was kind of I don't really know what I'm doing.
There's never any doubt. It's never was it the main focus though? What was the main focus at the time, or was music sort of a side thing, or did you always think I want to be a musician? Or
I wanted to do something in music. I mean, my head is very chaotic, so I was I want to do something in music. It would also be cool to do this and this and this and this and this. But as long as music was involved in some way,
yeah, I'm like that.
Then I'd be really happy.
Amazing.
And that would just be, top marks really.
Sick. So you finished, so college was London, right?
Yes.
And then you chose this degree in Leicester.
Yes.
Which was, I'm not going to remember it, but it had computer game in it, did it? And what was a video game?
No. So Leicester was Music Tech and Innovation.
Music Tech and Innovation, right. It was the Masters that had the crazy title.
Yeah, the Masters in Leeds had the crazy title.
Right. And Leicester, you're doing music stuff and you're meeting these dudes that include OP1. So that's how I first heard of you.
Yeah.
It was OP1 was have you heard of NikNak? She lives around your way. And I was like, what? How does this all add up? And yeah, so it was cool that you guys knew each other so well. And he's he's just a sick turntablist, you know what I mean? So anyone you recommend.
He's actually a madman.
Yeah.
He's actually a madman. I miss those guys so much, and we keep being yeah, we should meet up, but it's life is lifing. But yeah, man, those were really good times, and I've always enjoyed hanging out with those guys and stuff and playing with them and stuff. But yeah, it's. He's a madman.
Yeah, he's a man. Did the artist NikNak exist in Leicester, or is that something that you created down the line?
That came a little later. That was actually just a nickname for a while. My producer name at the time was Sin Sam.
Sin Sam?
Yeah.
I feel like I've seen that written down somewhere.
And
some stuff come out on that name.
So back in the day when SoundCloud wasn't annoying.
Yeah. 2011-ish.
Yeah. But basically, I sent there was a I think it was a page or something called HH Vibe or something.
Yeah.
And I sent them, I was just like, I made some stuff. I sent them some stuff, and they put it on their YouTube page. So there's I think a couple beats of mine.
Done some nice views, I bet, in that time.
That got a nice amount of views. And
Yeah,
like I
sick.
remembered like going back and it's like, oh, thanks guys.
Yeah, sick.
Thanks.
Buy my album.
Well, I mean, again, at the time, especially on SoundCloud, I was just like, oh, I've sampled this and this and this, and it's become like this, and I just want to put it out. Like,
Yeah.
I made a thing.
Yeah,
there was no like
Don't have to worry about-
monetization type shit.
What about that?
You could just upload an idea and not take it too
That was
seriously.
the idea, as I remember, with SoundCloud. It was like
Yes.
literally my
And-
sound in the cloud.
And then it decided to be all corporate and bullshit.
Yeah.
So it sucks.
Pissed
but
off
like,
a lot of people, that did. And a lot of people who felt they built the app. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
brought people to it and told people to go there. So yeah, it was annoying when they kind of sold out. But
Yeah, man. They shot themselves in the foot, in my
so
opinion.
when did Sin Sam become NikNak? Or when did you start running with that?
That was in Leicester. That was maybe, I want to say maybe second year, so 2011-ish. A friend of mine called Pepe, like, well, to be fair, everyone was just calling me NikNak anyway. And I
Yeah.
was like, do you know what, fuck it, that's just my name now. I can't be asked to be like, well, my
Exactly,
friends call
Sin
me NikNak, but my DJ artist, whatever, is Sin Sam. It's
Yeah,
like completely
yeah.
different.
Pain in the
And I
ass,
was
yeah.
just like, nah, fuck it, it's NikNak.
You're only
fuck
allowed
it.
one nickname in it. It may as well be artist name.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, that's now been bestowed upon me. Fuck it, yeah, that's my name now. Yeah. But yeah, that's how it happened.
Nice.
It's not an interesting story.
No, fair enough.
It is what it is.
So you moved to so let's do the degree. Let's do the masters again one more time. What was the masters in Leeds?
Electronic and computer music with a focus on turntablism.
Damn. And which college was that? Was music college or where was that?
Uni of Leeds.
Uni of Leeds, right? And was that how many year masters? I don't know. How
I did
masters
it part time, so it was 2 years.
work. And what were you doing up here at the same time? Were you working and stuff? Or?
I was working and just getting used to the city and yeah,
Was
just
that like
figuring it
was
out.
that 2015ish? Where are we now?
2016.
2016. Nice. So
Yeah.
did you know anyone in Leeds when you moved up, or like any of the scene or all like that?
I knew a handful. I mean, I knew some mates of mine had moved like nearby after like we'd graduated and stuff. So they kind of showed me the ropes of like, so this is Headingley and this is Burley
Nice.
and this is Woodhouse and
Yeah.
and I was like, oh, okay, cool. But I didn't know. Yeah, I don't think I knew anyone in terms of like the scene up here.
Nice.
The closest person would I'd probably say would have been Hashfinger.
Oh damn! How did you know him?
So it turns out I think it's second year in Leicester. We're going up and down the fucking place.
It's cool.
Second year in Leicester, so 2011, 2012,
Yeah.
mutual friends brought him into the mutual friend group because
He was Nottingham, right, or something? He was close by.
He was I can't remember where he was studying. It might have been Bradford, but then they said, oh, you can do a year or something in Leicester. And so yeah, like he came and did the year in Leicester, and then it just so happened that like mutual friends knew him, so he kind of became a part of the crew
I had
anyway.
no idea you knew Hashfinger. That's
Yeah,
so dope.
man, that's my dude.
Oh man, still chatting
so
stuff. Still
Life be lifing,
life,
but
life, and word.
I did see him at the WY
Grandmaster Kaz thing.
Grandmaster Kaz
Yes, he was
thing.
DJing then. Yes,
Yeah,
perfect.
so it was lovely to see him. He was just like, mate, like, yeah. So
Sick.
Shout-
you do
shout
seem
out.
to. So the more time has gone on, I'm like, oh, NikNak knows them. Nick knows them. How the hell? Well, I'm literally artist liaison, DJ Woody, and like you're backstage chatting. How the fuck do you guys know each other now? What is this? So if you just, because I get this ADHD mindset of like I just want to work in music because I'm not diagnosed, but I'm similar in terms of I want a bit of this and I want a bit of that and I want to be in this studio session and I want to go help write here and then I want to go help record here and then I want to go because it's all like that's the joy of it, isn't it? Just being a part of this whole music thing.
Yeah.
So how you just made it your business to get to know everyone and work? Because like, how the hell did you get to know Woody, for example? That seemed like someone you'd known for years.
what? I mean, also shout out Woody. Like
Big ups.
We so I think a couple years ago I played at a festival. The name I'm blanking on, and I know I'll wake up and sleep like, oh, that was it. But like, yeah, we played at a festival, and I think we'd also crossed paths a couple times.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I was on before him at this festival.
Sick. So you got chatting there.
So we got to like talking a little bit then,
That's
which was cool.
man.
That was the same festival that Jazzy Jeff was at, and I was like,
too sick.
I I tried, but I couldn't.
Didn't you get a chat? Didn't you get to chat?
No, we walked past each other several times and was like, that's fine.
Should have dapped him up, man. He's probably the nicest guy in the
I would
business,
just be
supposedly. What do you say to
I would
Jazzy
just be
Jeff?
like,
I love you.
is Fresh Prince? Okay. I
ruined it at that, yeah.
You played the drums. Okay, bye.
You the
Sorry.
man. Can I throw you out of a house?
No, sorry. One day, but.
When did you find yourself leveling up from an artist then to a sort of someone who was producing in your bedroom to what you are now, which is like heavyweight and a name that's on a lot of flyers up and down the country? Like, what do you think were the paths that got you into that position where you are now, really? You know what I mean? Were you just grafting at loads of gigs, or would you feel you found the right people, or?
It's a combination of a couple of things. Like, for one, like I took a break from producing because I was DJing so much.
Yeah.
And so, and there was a time, and this was between like me graduating from Leicester and then moving to Leeds, or at least like a little in that kind of chunk of time.
Yeah.
And yeah, I took a break because I was like, I'm not enjoying this anymore.
Right.
So.
What was it about you weren't enjoying, out of interest?
I felt like I was being pigeonholed.
Wow.
It was very like, oh, Nick's a sick hip hop DJ.
Got you.
And it was like, I can play other things.
Yeah.
Please don't do that. And then other people, like legit, other people would say the same about other DJs who were men and would drop that genre bit.
Got you, just a sick DJ.
Or like, oh, Nick is a sick hip hop producer.
Yeah, but I can do it all.
Well, I can do other things.
Yeah, fully.
So it kind of soured the experience for me for a little bit. So I was like, I'm going to just stop and continue with just the DJing part, because that's more fun for me at that time.
Yep.
And that helped me to kind of reevaluate my relationship with music and become a bit more of a curator.
Yeah.
And kind of think of it in a more like DJing in a more like in a deeper way. So like the storytelling of it all, and how like, you know, sometimes like I might be pissed off and that just comes out in the set, whether I've like purposefully done that or not. It's like, oh, there's a weird catharsis happening here. That's interesting. And all this kind of stuff. And then I would say in maybe 2019-ish, 2020, I started thinking I'd like to start making stuff. And that was around the time, like I'm in Leeds at this point.
Yep.
My studies had kind of finished and I'd made some connections here. And I was kind of like, yeah, I'd like to make something. I don't know what, but I'd like to do something.
Yeah.
Or like, you know, involve the decks in something I make. I don't know what. And then I started out making like ambient music for a bit.
Yep.
And I was also a part of like a couple like bands, or like people had gotten in touch to say, yo, could you scratch on this thing? It's like, yeah, okay, sure.
Word.
And was kind of doing it in that kind of a way. And yeah, it kind of, interestingly, dropping all of the beat stuff and then going into ambient music and just playing around with field recordings.
Yep.
That made me really like intently look at how I scratch and what I do without any hip-hop context. And then it was nice to kind of go, okay, I feel way more comfortable now to just experiment with this instrument.
Fascinating.
Like, especially without the whole academia of it all. It was nice to I just want to play with these sounds. I don't really give a shit.
Yeah,
just want to
yeah.
just try some new shit out. And then that led to like my first, I guess, solo, like seriously thought out, like I'm going to release a thing called Bashi, which came out in 2020.
Right, 20. Yeah, I think I've heard that. Yeah, man.
And it all kind of just went from there in terms of like, oh yeah, no, I've not lost this love of making stuff. I think it was just people pigeonholing me into a specific genre.
Yeah, which you didn't want.
No.
You want to be that genre bending. That sort of defines you, I think, the idea of you being genre bending. You can turn up on some drum and bass, but you can turn on some mad ambient thing on the other side, and then everything in between, and without, pigeonholing yourself.
Yeah.
It's interesting that, isn't it? I always, because I'm okay with being hip hop, and I'd rather people did go, oh yeah, he's a sick hip hop MC, and there's no part of me that's like, I wish I was like getting down on some X, Y, and Z. I wonder what that is. Of course, but
and that's totally fair.
I wonder what that is about that you've gone. No, I don't want that though.
I think it's I think it's like a combination of things. Like if you, here's me with my TED Talk hat
We're
on.
here for the TED Talk.
Hello,
Man.
good evening. Like if you as an artist are comfortable in a certain genre, sub-genre, whatever, if you're comfortable in that, like that's your comfy zone.
Yep.
And you can go wherever you want to go in that space.
Yep.
Fair. Nobody can say otherwise. Like that's your decision. That's what you feel comfortable with. No problem. But also, if you're somebody that's like, well, I'm inspired by jazz. I'm inspired by, and that's not to say, you can't be hip hop and inspired by, I mean, jazz, hip hop, madly connected. But, yeah, like there's times where I'll maybe think of like a jazz, I don't know, something that's maybe jazz adjacent, I don't know, but I'd want to stick it in something that sounds like Aphex Twin.
Yeah.
Or... I was listening to like Opeth and Slipknot when I was like 13 and shit. Like I don't like. There's loads of influences, and I feel like it would be a disservice to me to
only
be like, oh, I'm locked into one.
Yes.
When I listen to so many different things,
yeah.
and whatever comes out comes out. So I'd say for me now, it's like no, I'm an electronic music artist.
Yes.
And within electronic music, there's a shit ton of genres that feels best because I can tap into dubstep if I want.
Yep.
I can tap into like glitch shit. I can tap into jungle. I can tap into whatever.
Yep.
But that's not without me also like knowing that, reggae and dub is there and jazz is there and R&B and soul are there too.
Too sick.
But like it all comes out in whatever way it comes out.
Yeah.
And it's for me, like I feel best knowing that like all of these influences come out in whatever way they come out.
Yeah.
And they best fit under electronic. Cool.
So say you sit down, you're in a mood to make something and you sit down in your studio or whatever, is it just about feel? You'll just be like, I'm in this mood and I've got this firing off in my head, so we'll go down this route.
Yeah.
And do you get like, what I'm wondering is like, because listeners, they're a fickle bunch, and they're like, oh, I liked you know, that stuff, but not really fun, or whatever. Do you find that you have to like, this is NikNak, but it's this type of joint, or it's this type of joint, or do you cater for listeners, or do you not give a fuck whether people like it or not?
Especially now, because I've started making beats again.
Yeah.
But let's not, calm down. But but like, yeah, I've started making beats again, and it's a really nice place to be after having such a chunk of time not making beats.
Yeah.
But it's like I make the music I wish I heard when I was growing up.
Ooh, beautiful.
Because while, shout out to Jamiroquai, shout out to Bach, shout out to Debussy, shout out to Jay Dilla, shout out to Madlib, shout out to fucking Sophie, shout out to Bjork, shout out to... Like, there's so many people that are dope as fuck that I was listening to growing up, thanks to, like, many elders that put me on game, as it were. Yep. But, like... There's so much music coming out now that I'm also being introduced to that is maybe old to some, new to others, that is also impactful to me. And it's like, oh, amazing. This is sick. Like, we're living in such an amazing time for so much music being made and the accessibility to it. But it's like, this is giving me the confidence to make the things I wish I heard.
Got you.
And the stories I wish I heard. And this is great. And then I hear like another artist, like there's another artist called Lorraine James who's sick.
Yeah.
I'll listen to her and I'm like, I'm loving the stories that you're coming out with. Yeah. Yes, mate, let's go. Like, just there's so many like beautiful things, especially from women and non-binary peeps that are just like, I want to make this. Whatever, I want to make it, and it's gonna go out and it's gonna be great. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Let's go. Like, yeah. So that's,
your stuff does seem to land.
Stuff.
Like, I think we struggle. One struggles as an artist to put stuff out and it to land with, you're putting on Spotify or whatever, and like, fingers crossed. Do you think there's a loyal NikNak following, or is it the channels that you're putting it through, or what do you think? Because it seems to always land, and it always seems to be more than just a release. There's something to it, or there's something interesting about it, or it won a fucking award, or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Is that just that when you put something out, if you've got like, say you've got something, a single you're about to put out, what is your process? Are you thinking about just like putting it online and blamming it about, or do you try and come up with different concepts for it?
So I've been really lucky to have worked with a couple labels
Nice.
in my discography who like really understand what that project is about,
Right.
and are like really open and supportive of what it is that the project is. So my last album, Eretti, is like Black Blade Runner, and I was asking a lot of questions as to why we haven't had like a Blade Runner type film or whatever, but with the scale of Black Panther,
Yep.
with a cast like Black Panther, but like a noir type thing,
Sci-fi, noir, sci-fi,
sci-fi,
sort of thing.
cyberpunk type stuff, like dystopian. Why haven't we had that yet? And then
Nice.
I was also like Cyberpunk 2077 was being made, and
Yes.
like the brains behind that is a black man, Mike
Yep.
Pondsmith. Then there's Black Panther. There was a show called Altered Carbon on Netflix,
Oh,
and
yeah, that was a sci-fi one.
season 2 had Anthony Mackie in it, and then that was about like, yeah, you can change your consciousness and be put into a different body and all of this stuff. And it's like, okay, there's
We're getting there.
there's
getting there.
moments and little bits, but like where is that?
Yeah.
And then that was all kind of happening around me, and then I made the album, and I also kind of said to some friends like, yo, I've made this is the concept of it, I guess, would you want to jump on it?
Yeah.
And you can choose what track you want to jump on. How do you best work? Some people were able to record remotely and send it me, and then I mix it and put it in. Other people are like, I'd really like to get into a studio, so we kind of made that work.
Yeah.
And then it kind of just helped build this world more.
Yes.
So like there's like, I've got like friends who play like sax and trumpet, and like
Yeah.
people who sing. There's another turntablist on there called Slow Pitch Sound, who's based in Canada.
Nice.
He also, like we keep in touch, and he was like, yeah, I'll send you some stuff. I'm like, boss, thank you, put that on there. And it just became a really like lovely holistic experience of everyone like digging into what it is that this is.
A whole ecosystem you created.
Yeah. And it was like, okay, boss, all right. And then I was like, okay, I really want to put this out. Accidental Records, who is run by Matthew Herbert, him and his team were like, this is dope, we'll put it out. I'm like, oh
Sick.
shit, okay, great. I got funding to help support with the tour, and it was all like, okay, wonderful stuff, this is boss. And I think like,
Nice.
because I've been around for a long time, but like, you joked about BBC. I did work at the BBC for a bit. Like, people know me.
Wasn't a joke.
I'm a big nerd. I've been out here. I DJ. I do all sorts of shit, and it's
Yeah.
really nice that like when people are like, yeah, man, I came and saw you at this gig like 4 years ago. I'm like, rah.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, mate. Thank you. And like, I'm sure people will attest to like when people talk to me after I've done a show, and they're like, yeah, that was great. I'm like, oh, thank you. I'm trying to make sense of what the fuck I just did. I blacked out for an hour, but thank you. I appreciate it.
Sick.
Or, they're like, yeah, when you did that ambient piece, that was so cool. And then to see you do this is great. I'm like, rah, you were there for that. Thank you. So it really does mean a lot. I know that social media can often feel like it's just a black hole.
Word.
And I still feel like this sometimes where it's like, okay, I've posted a thing.
Is anyone there? Is anyone watching? Can't eat all these fire emojis. Yeah, fully. You need to be out in the real world doing things. So you do seem like the classic example of someone out in the real world doing stuff. You know what I mean? Got a lot of things.
That's high praise.
Man, so for people a bit of pick up on what you're doing, the concept behind it. Well, literally you've answered my question there, because I was like, when you're releasing stuff, and the answer is you created an ecosystem and you created a belief system where people are like, oh, I can get on board with this because I understand what it is. Whereas some people are just putting music out because like,
Yeah, no,
I did a rap.
I really care about what I'm doing and what I'm trying to say, and I think that comes across through the music I make. That comes across whenever I do live sets, because I know people were like, well, yeah, but like you're using turntables. How is that a live set? And it's like, well, the beats that I'm playing, they're what I made. I'm scratching on top of them.
Yeah.
I'm really thinking about what samples I'm using, because it's not just suck him up or
Yeah,
whatever.
of
It's
course.
like I'm really
Fresh.
thinking, scratch or whatever. Like it's they play, they also
That's
come into
fine
it.
too. That's fine.
But I'm thinking of like, oh, what's a really good quote from a film that I could chuck in here?
Yeah.
Or like on the Eretti tour, for example, like I did because obviously that's very like cyberpunk and stuff. So I had like little quotes from like The Matrix and stuff, and people would be like,
Oh, it's that one.
did the Oracle just speak? Like what? And then just going into something else. Like that's really important to me. And so there's this thing. I feel like I'm rambling.
No,
Sorry.
you're not. That's what we're here for, man. We want the rambles.
There's the rambles.
We're all here for the rambles.
So I think there's something like, I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, do I want to call an album an album? Do I want to say this is a project or this is a particular story?
Yeah.
I'm looking at this whole thing like very differently, because it's like, I guess in terms of like, oh, the industry, then yeah. Oh, her last album was this. Okay, great. But also it's more than that.
Of course.
It's like, I'm a big comic book nerd, and it's like, oh, okay, well that was a run of comics.
Yeah,
let's say.
yeah.
Like, okay, me being with my X-Men hat on. Okay, that album, whatever, could be seen as the Dark Phoenix saga. Okay, cool. All right, what's next? Then there's now I'm failing. Shit. My mind went blank again.
Wolverine? I know. I'm just chucking random dudes in, man.
I'm trying to think of like, oh no, but like other like core like comic issues or like graphic novels of like, oh yeah, like this particular story or this particular album was this story, and this particular album is this story, and that kind of.
That's
so
interesting.
I really like approaching it in that kind of a way, instead of it being just like, so this album, and then that's it.
Yeah, just as a tangible. This is the product.
This is a thing. I'm putting out to you. Go listen to it. Okay, bye. Like I would rather make something that stays with people more, or at least it's like, oh, I discovered this. So what is Nick trying to say in this thing?
Yep.
Whatever it is, like that's more important to me.
I didn't know that you'd toured with Areti then, which straight away I'm like, that must be, because you've explained it as like Black Cyberpunk, Black Blade Runner, which is really cool, and trying to sell that to a venue. The idea, and we're going to get people to vibe with that, it comes with its challenges, of course, because it's not just like 140s or whatever. It's going to make people dance around crazy.
Yeah.
So where the hell did you? How many dates was that tour? And where did you get up? Where did you get around the country?
Oh shit! That was. See, now I need like, okay, what was the
your
fucking
notes and that?
It was. Okay, a number that's coming to my head is like 14.
Jeez, over a year.
Over a year,
Bananas.
and then like it kind of has also dabbled into last year a little bit.
Facilitated by the label, or were you putting a lot of these dates together?
It was a combination of things. It was me emailing a bunch of people, just being like, hello, I made this, or I do this, and I'd like to do a thing. Some of it was from like friends of friends being like, yeah, I can try and put you in touch with this person, or me just digging on the internet. Some of it was like label contacts, like, oh, would you want to come and do this here? Some of it was there was because I'm an award winner, so some people from the Orams, the Oram Awards were like, oh, you're putting this out? Okay, you should maybe chat with this place or these people or whatever. And then it just kind of snowballed from there. And then as well as that, people were seeing me do my thing and were like, hey, would you like to come and do something?
Too good.
And it wasn't always like a DJ set. Again, it was just like, oftentimes it's like, oh, we loved your performance from this festival 3 years ago.
Right, nice.
Would you like to come and do something here?
Yeah.
Or like me sending an email going, hi, I do this. I'd like to do a workshop attached or something.
Yeah.
Is there also space to do a gig or something? It's like, we can do that.
I think you're giving people a lot of good ideas here, man, because this is how you do it, man. You've got to fight your way into it, but also lay it out and give you, this is what we can do, this is what's possible. Like,
because I think it's more... Like even for future things, I'm like, I would really love to do more tours where there is a workshop element and just be like, look, I'm coming here to do a show, yes, but I want to connect with y'all. Yeah. And if there's anything that I can help with before I then go on stage and just like black out for an hour, like if there's anything I can help you guys out with, then let's have a time to talk about it. What's
a NikNak workshop look like? Are you talking through Turntablism or your own process? Or
I'm running around. I'm just like, woo! Like, yeah, shit, fuck, what? Like there are decks.
Yeah.
But like, I would just be like, okay, so what are you after?
Yeah.
and I'll try and be like, okay, it's very conversational. That's the word I was thinking of. So
Nice.
it's very like, all right, I do this, and I give a demonstration, and then people are like, what? And I'm like, okay, this is what it is, like very simply. And then, you know, if people are like, oh, I'm trying to do DJing in this kind of a way, and it's like, oh, okay, so my approach is this, but it's not the right approach. There's many different approaches.
Yeah.
Oftentimes people are very like, what's the word? Strict with their own language. Like, so for example, oh, my brother said I have to beat match because if I don't beat match, then
I'm not
it's
a
wrong.
real DJ or...
Yeah, I'm a horrible DJ, but I can't quite line it up the kind of way and stuff. And I'm like, okay, first of all, your brother's a twat. Second of all, your brother's not. Second of all, not true. There are DJs that are selectors. There are DJs that want to beat match if they want to. There are DJs that would rather like have a bit of silence. You're telling a story in that time, so you don't have to beat match all the time if you don't want to. Like, it's more about the tunes that you want to play and how you want to, you know, play them together.
Yeah. Nice.
Really simply, like all anyone's doing is counting.
Fair.
It's actually boring as fuck. Like, like there just so happens to be like mad tunes going on, but it's actually like, okay, maybe in like the next 8 bars is when I do this or kind of
I get you.
Or like you're counting, and it doesn't seem like that because there's bare screens all the time. But it's like if you're actually locked into what you're doing, you're counting, you're listening, you know your library, and you know what you're gonna come with next, and they're like, oh, and then there'll be reference to X-Men, there'll be reference to some bullshit. I'll like probably like say some dumb shit and be like, yeah, anyway, scratching and whatever. Like it's very conversational.
Like
it's not like, so for the module for today, like, it's not like that at all.
Have you all done your reading?
Yeah,
Turn to page 49.
Have you read the Pioneer Bibles? Have you read them? Okay. Have you studied the techniques? Have you done that? If not, get out. No, it's not that. It's very much just like, yo, what's up? Okay, let's just do some shit. Like,
Do you do teaching along those sort of lines out in Leeds? Do you do that locally?
Okay, I guess exclusive. I guess.
Oh, yeah?
I'm looking to do some like teaching. So if there's anyone, hello community.
Yeah.
If anyone is up for like some private tutelage, whatever that looks like, get in touch.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna try and do some stuff. I found a space and they're like, yeah, man, we'd love for you to come and do shit. I'm like, okay,
that's cool.
So that's the thing. I need to figure out. I mean, maybe that's a conversation with said students of like, okay, when and how long and stuff.
Yeah,
but
and what they need and such.
So like there is that, but
Nice.
that's the thing I'm trying to figure out.
Dope.
So.
You touched on it a little bit ago, the award.
Yes.
The award. And
Yes.
we're going to have to talk about it because it's a massive part of your bio. And I failed to memorize the entire wording of the award that you got.
No.
So you're gonna have to reel off this, but it is
Okay.
I've given you permission to reel it off.
Okay.
What is the award that you got for Turntablism?
I have 2 awards now.
Hit me with it. Hit me with both.
The first award I won was in 2020, and it was the Daphne Oram Awards, and it also coincided with the release of Bashi. And basically, the Oram Awards is dedicated to Daphne Oram, who's one of the pioneers of electronic music, specifically British electronic music. And the awards are kind of given to people in her honor, like every year.
Got you.
Lorraine James, who I mentioned earlier, she's another person who won. There's like loads of like really cool experimental artists who I'm so proud to be a kind of, member of, who just make really dope experimental music. And I am the first black turntablist to win that.
That's it. I'm seeing that on the bio.
So,
That's on the bio. Damn right as well, man. That's so cool. What a big statement.
Not so much. Right?
Sitting here in West Yorkshire with that title, love that shit.
And I'm also the first black turntablist to win a, let me get this right, Pop Experimental Production Award for ZKM, which is this institution in Germany.
Too dope.
I won that in last year, November 2025, nice. And Yeah.
Did these guys just holly and go, "You've won," or do you? Is it? Do you have to send your music in process, or did someone submit to you?
I sent my music in and kind of explained specifically for Areti for that. But I explained like what it is I'm exploring in that particular project, and just kind of at the moment, I guess, like a lot of Afrofuturism and kind of more kind of questions around that and stuff is what I'm kind of exploring at the moment. Cool. So yeah, I saw an opportunity. Was like, I'm gonna send them my stuff and see what happens. And like, this was at the start of the year last year,
right?
So I sent them and then didn't hear anything back and was like, okay, it's cool. I've got crazy year ahead. Let's just lock in with that. And then maybe September, October, a random email goes, "Hi, yes, you've won." I'm like,
sick. Where's this come from? And then you did that for another 20 minutes.
I basically turned into a meerkat. Like, what the what do you mean? Like, just, yeah. And then, yeah, we'd like to invite you and all this. And it was just like, oh, shit. Thanks.
So you got sent to Germany? You got flown out?
Yeah. I went to Germany. I performed at the award ceremony.
Sick.
I had given the award and everything.
Come on now. I don't feel like I've seen enough pictures of that. Maybe we're not on the right algorithms because that's all I'd be posting.
I see, that's again like in the social media of it all. It's like, hello, yes, I won a thing.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Bye bye.
Thumbs up.
Like, there's a clip of me. I don't know if they've
they uploaded the show yet? The
ceremony. I don't know if that's it.
I'm clipping that shit out of TikTok.
Oh God, it's just. Yes, 30 seconds of it.
You're totally my generation. I know you weren't. I'm not allowed to know your birthday, but you're like, oh God, the clipping out for socials is totally the same as me, mate.
I with my ADHD head, I'm like, I could be cooking.
Yeah.
Like literally cooking right now. Like, but I have to sit here and go, no, which bit of it? Yeah, like, I just, it's not.
It won't be long till you've got a guy, you've got a person who does that. Do you know what I mean? We'll just give it to Jeff and he'll clip that out.
I'm thinking like, you know what, it'd be a good skill to learn. Like, I used to do a little bit of photography too, so it's a good skill to learn just to be like, okay, this and whatever. But like, I have to shout out my mate Hang Linton. He like, I remember being on a call with him and he was just like, how do we navigate this social media shit? Like, I don't want to do this. Like, I just want to make stuff.
Yes,
and I'm like,
yes,
I know.
This is where I'm at. You've got to have your feet in every category now.
He was like, I just said to him like, you make it into what it is. Like, it's a useful tool. Yeah. Sure. But if you kind of can make it like, posting or making a short reel or whatever, if you want to do that, then go do that. I think there's weird pressure on people to be like, I have to post every day. Yeah. If I don't do this, then I'm fucked. And it's like,
I think you managed to keep a nice balance. You're not like over the top with it.
No.
You kind of keep people informed while at the same time IRL smashing it. Here, there, everywhere, talking to this, talking to that, winning awards. So you don't need that social element constantly. It's just like, this is what I did, guys.
I'm happy to be like, I did this, or I'm doing these shows. If you're about, come through. Word. Nice one. Here's my cat. Okay, bye. Like, I'm maybe more active on stories where it's just like, I've just seen a funny meme, here's some bullshit that people should know about or whatever. Like, it's a thing to be like, here's what Nick is thinking.
Yeah. That's fine. That's
and it is chaotic as fuck.
Yeah,
but this is where she's at right now. Okay, cool. And then also, if you want to, come to a show or whatever. Okay,
that's
fine.
That's the best way to use it.
Yeah, I don't. It's very. It's very. How can I put it? We've become far too reliant on social media to do things, and it's like the whole community aspect of it all kind of goes out the window because it feels very like, well, I've posted about a thing, so people should like it. Yeah. Or like, I have this amount of followers, so I should be getting more likes. It's like, look, if people see the thing, they see the thing.
Yeah.
And
most people are too busy. They've got work or kids, so they ain't got time to be scrolling through just accidentally trip over your shit that they're following. Like,
and now there's a really big resurgence of like physical media and people being offline and not being on social media as much or whatever. And then people are like, well, how do we get people to lock in with our shit? And it's like, man, like, word of mouth is a powerful thing.
Yep.
Posters, flyers and stuff, and obviously, yes, not everybody can just post, like print out of 500 posters. But there's Bandcamp. There's another streaming platform called Nina, which is like a streaming alternative to Bandcamp kind of thing. There is Subvert, which is artist owned and an alternative to Bandcamp.
Yeah.
As well as like the big ones like Tidal and shit. Like there's alternatives to people knowing about what you do.
Yep.
There's Substack and a bunch of other places. There's alternatives to YouTube. There's alternatives to all sorts of shit.
I think subscription route is a really strong one.
I would much rather people just like find me. I mean, you can subscribe to people on Bandcamp.
Yeah, word.
Like, you know, like
no
that,
brainer. If you love the music, you should be. Yeah.
Yeah. If you really love this, it feels way more tangible and real that you have a community of people supporting you in whatever it is that you're doing.
Yeah.
When like it's not just, and this isn't a diss to people that are like, oh, I'm mainly on Instagram, so I'm going to lock in on Instagram.
Course,
like that's fine, but like there's a tangibility of like, oh, I like this person, I'm going to buy their stuff, and I'm going to go to their show, and just like keeping track with them in the places where I know I can support them like that.
Yeah. Streaming
is just not real.
Dog shit, innit?
And it like a percentage of a percentage of a percentage of a percentage of a penny.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
Yep. 3/10 I think a play usually.
Yeah, it's just it's not like how is that a sustainable?
Try before you buy, if anything. It can't be anything else. But punters are given all the music they want for 20 quid a month. Why the fuck are they going to buy anything else?
Right.
They've almost had that taken away from them. Why would I buy it? I don't need to. So we have to find.
I constantly have it because I pay £20 a month. It's
it's overexposure of it, really. But
I would much rather like, and I really, especially some like a DJ kind of more so with my hat on, like I would much rather dig into like places like Bandcamp and Nina and stuff, and like discovered new shit on there. Like I recently discovered, again, new to me, this might be somebody you've heard of for ages, a person called Venner.
No.
And he's done stuff with Yusuf Days and Georgia Smith and Leon Thomas and stuff on this album.
Right.
And like that was a Bandcamp recommends.
Nice.
And I was like, wait, what? And then I listened to it. I was like, oh, I need this. Okay, quick. Like, how much? £10, boss. Thank you.
Sick.
Like, I would much rather that, like, than just I'm streaming your music. Like the really big artists that really don't
need the money.
That don't need the money.
Yeah,
it's
all
like,
right,
yeah, all right. But when
listen
it's
to
somebody,
Michael Jackson back in the day, I swear.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
don't need to buy his album.
Oh, Luther Vandross. It's fine.
He'll be okay.
R.I.P. Like it's fine. But like when it's somebody like not too far away from you, or is just you know that like they've taken the time to put it onto Bandcamp, or even just like like Tyler the Creator did it with Chromacopia. He was like, yeah, it's on streaming, but also you can buy a vinyl, you can buy a CD, or like t-shirts, whatever. And it's like, oh, bet. Now I have a CD of it. Sick. It's that of like, no, I want to actually support what you're doing because it's dope as shit.
Yeah.
Where's the link?
Yeah, damn right. Nisa, some people are just putting stuff out digitally, and it makes me sad that that's the only. That you're not giving people more the option than just to stream it, and you're not going to get anything from that, and it just seems madness. But okay, anyway, we could talk about that for the rest of our goddamn lives. No, I think we are totally aligned on that, and I'm trying to do. Obviously, you've seen the physical zine that we're doing, and we're trying to get onto vinyl, and I'm trying to encourage people to, like, if you're going to put an album out just digitally, then at least have a T-shirt people can buy with it, just so there's something that you're going to get more than 3/10 of a penny per track through, because otherwise it's just nothing.
Yes, you can't.
You've got to pay for your mics you bought, or your laptop that you bought, or the studio time that you got, the master.
Unfortunately, we're in a very capitalistic society, and we all have bills to pay and food to eat. So yes, like chip in somehow.
Exactly.
My totally David Attenborough voice.
Sounded more like the Queen, man.
Oh God, no! Vomit.
Coming back to the award. Has that opened doors for you? Has there been more doors flung open to you as a result of being the first black artist to receive these?
Yes, I think but more importantly, it's really helped, like, giving me the confidence to make what I want. Yeah. And then in return, people are like, oh, do you want to come? So it's like there was a while where I was dealing with a pretty bad case of like imposter syndrome. Cause I was like,
mate, as if.
Because I was like, I don't know, like, should I call myself a turntablist? And because you know, like, I can't do the crab or whatever. And it's like,
you haven't won a DMC yet.
Yeah, do you know what I'm saying? And I was like, look, a day will come when I enter the DMCs and I'm just gonna play with Birdsong.
Yeah, I'd love that. I would love that. You would stand out like a sore thumb at least, yeah. Wouldn't be
because everybody's going to use Star Wars references and suck your mum. And I'm like, yeah, anyway, birds.
Goldfinch.
Yeah, like, you know, like, here is some grass. I'm going to do a meditative piece for 6 minutes.
That's
like, I'd rather do that because that's like, this is an example of how I approach this thing.
Yeah. It's unique to you as well. As
and it's unique to me. Yeah. So I would say like, the imposter syndrome was tricky for a while because you know, there'd be trolls, there'd be dickish people
I'm
who
sorry,
are like,
I can't believe anyone's given you made you feel like that. It's enough that one feels like that, but for other people to make you feel like that is bullshit.
Yeah, it was. You know, like at the time, I laughed it off. I still laugh it off, but it does get in.
Yeah,
like because you've seen it, so it does. You do register it, so it's like and it's, you know, like. But then I'm also like, but it's me. This is my expression. So you can't. It's everything is subjective. Like it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
But like it took. I did a residency and there was like maybe 15, 16 other women on that residency it was in Leeds. Yeah.
Sick.
In like 2017, 2018.
Yep.
And Shiva Feshareki was the person leading it. And we were in this space for a week, just like making music and just jamming.
Too cool.
And me and Shiva had a conversation on the turntables. So we had a big improvised jam.
Yep.
And then everybody else dropped out. And it was just me and her, like on opposite sides of the room, just scratching.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, this is fucking sick. Like, yo. And then like, that was a big like, no, I am a turntablist because what the fuck? Like,
Hell
I just did. I had a conversation with Shiva Feshareki for fuck's sake. I've just done that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Damn
yeah.
right. Damn right. I'm NikNak, motherfucker.
You bitch. Like, I did that, and that was a really like, no, yeah. That really like unlocked something, and like any weight I had on me because of that imposter syndrome just went in that moment.
Beautiful.
So that's more important to me than like, yes, doors were open. It's like, nah, that gave me the confidence to go even bolder with my shit.
Sick.
So
what's bubbling for NikNak at the moment? You must have 1,000 billion things bubbling, but
a bit less than 1,000 bit. No,
just a few less.
999. I'm making some things.
Yeah, you said you were making some beats.
I have been. Well, yeah, Ireti has like beats on it, and it's.
But you said you just got back into like making hip hop beats a bit more and stuff with the intention of having rappers on them, or not so much? Is it more like a whole instrumental piece?
Not so much. So there will be things. There will be things.
There will be things.
There will be things.
Yeah, that's the answer, isn't it? Have you got anything bubbling? There will be things.
There will be things.
Yeah. I hate talking about projects before they're fully formed, so I'm with it. So you can sort of just hint at stuff if it's easier.
My hint is there will be things. But it's nice to kind of just like dive back into just making stuff, irrespective of genre and things. I know a couple mates were like, "Oh, if you do have stuff that you would like to have people feature on, we'd love to feature on." And I'm like, okay,
nice.
So we'll see. Again, I'm not making. It's not like, oh, people have said this, now I need to make something.
No, of course, yeah.
It's
you're
like,
not putting that pressure on yourself.
I'll make a thing, and if I can hear somebody on it, especially those people that like very kindly messaged me and was just like, mate, I was like, oh my God, then it's like, okay, cool. I'll make some stuff, listen back to it, and then like, if it's very clearly like, yeah, I can hear you guys on this, then I'll send it. Right. Instead of it being like, I need to make this for you. I work opposite.
Yeah.
So that's kind of ongoing. There's a couple remixes kind of just bubbling.
Nice. Is there any more ecosystems along the lines of Ireti? You got any big sort of, we're doing a whole Black Blade Runner thing, guys? That you maybe can't talk about it.
For the listeners, I am just sitting stoically and with prayer hands holding the microphone in between my thumbs and looking up at the sky. Well, EXP is like chuckling and laughing to me to my right. That's what's going on, and just being like, here.
So maybe, but you can't talk about.
I can't.
That's completely reasonable. Exciting times. Have you got a diary full of festivals this year as well? Because we're coming up to festival season.
Yeah,
Have you
I'm
got
kind
tons
of.
in?
It's actually wild how quickly April was just come and gone. It's like Jesus Christ, 420 was only a couple days ago. Let's just calm down.
Yeah.
Fuck. Yeah, I mean, as of this recording, I'm going to be playing in Brussels on Sunday, so
Sick.
heading there, and then there's like shows in Spain. And
How are you getting linked with that shit and getting flown out there? So you're getting your money for going out there, I assume, as well. Like, man, that's crazy. Just from the links you've made through the awards and such like that.
There's that. I have a really great booking agent.
You have.
And
well, I mean, you deserve it, but you have got a good booking agent.
Thank you. And again, it's just, people, you never know who's listening. And like, when I think back, whenever I'm like, oh, I should probably update my website, or like, I look back on the things that I've done. It's like, holy shit, man. I've actually.
Yes.
This
is what this show was like for me. Like, I was like, Jesus Christ, how do I quantify all the shit that you've done? It's bananas, isn't it? You've done fucking loads, man.
It is. It's very like, it's very I can't talk today. Fuck. It's very rewarding to look back on what you've done and be like, oh man, yeah. I did do that.
Yeah.
Shit. Like it. So, people see that and are like, oh, okay, and whatever. And you never know who's like listening to mixes, listening to your beats.
100%.
I did a set in Open Ground last year, which is like this amazing club in Wuppertal in Germany.
Sick.
And like I was on a lineup with Breakage, Halogenics, Josie Rebel, and a couple other people, and I'm like, who
am I?
What?
Am I this level? Yes, I am.
What? Spelled HWH, like what? And then like Breakage is like, that set was like fucking sick. I'm like, but your Breakage though, like what are we talking about? Your Breakage though, like you did a remix and that stuck with me in college, and I still play it, and I was gonna play it, but then you joined and
played your own.
You joined the fucking lineup, and I'm like, I can't play that now. Fuck. But like, I was going to. Are you mad? Do you know who you are, sir? Excuse me. Like, and then like, I've supported like Grandmaster Flash and shit, and I'm like,
yeah, dope as hell.
For listeners at home, I just made a face and looked off to the side. But like, do you know what I mean? It's like, holy shit. But then
killed it.
It's not without like the hard work. It's not without
100%.
the curation and the care and the love of music.
Defo.
So people see that and are like, come through, come do something. I saw your Keep Hush, like come and do, like it's like, oh my god, thank you so much. Like it truly means the world to me that people just
vibe with it,
are vibing with it, and I'm not about to try and shrink myself at the same time.
Hell
to be
no.
like,
why would you?
I need to do this to
What's on that? Do you have like? Do you look ahead and go, I'd really like to be X, Y, and Z by such and such a time, or do you know what? In my head, I just imagine you running a Radio 6 show. Do you know what I mean? I don't know whether you'd even care about doing something like that, but I just feel like if anyone in the area was going to get a Radio 6 show and be like taste making for the nation, it would be you. But is that the sort of thing you would even that was something you want, or do you want to be the artist who's out there all the time, or both, or everything?
I mean,
or none of it.
Listen, if things work out in such a way where I have capacity to do the things well, and I'm not overwhelmed, and I'm not burnt out from it, and we can make it work accordingly, why the fuck not?
Hell yeah.
But like as I get older, I'm very much into just like making sure that I'm not overwhelmed by shit. Yeah. Especially like I got my ADHD diagnosis like last year, and it was like, oh my god, this makes so much sense. Yeah. Okay, great. And that's been really helpful for me to understand like how I manage time and my energy. Yep. So, yes, I've done a tour and I've done all these things. I've been, a member in like really amazing bands and all of this stuff. Okay, cool. That hasn't been without that hasn't been without exhaustion. That hasn't been without that. And so it's like, okay, what do I need to do to, maybe do some cool stuff? Because I've worked in theatre. I've written for orchestra. I've done all these kinds of other things, which is just like dope as fuck. And also kind of, I'm trying not to talk down at myself at the same time. But it's like, I've done these things, like, holy shit.
Yeah.
But also, like, what else would I like to do that, again, doesn't tire me out? And that would appease my younger self.
Yeah.
What is the next thing? And, you know, maybe it is radio. I did radio for a bit. And, you know, that could be a thing.
Yeah.
It could be locking in with DJing. It could be locking in with releasing music and doing live sets. It could be something completely different that I have no idea of.
Hell yeah.
But I'm always up for a conversation.
Yeah,
so
fully,
if it lines up with things and it's not gonna, you know, mess me up, then
Word. I think with your
Why
ability
not?
and the person you are, sky's the limit. Like, God knows where you're going to be, and I'm going to be incredibly jealous of it. I'm going to be like, she's
what
killing
do you mean,
again.
man? And you'd be like, yeah, yo,
Friggin'
Nick, could you
knick-knack.
could you come through, like, just like scratch, like, okay,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, yeah.
Give me like several months notice, and I'll we could lock it in. When people are like, yo, could you come and play like next week in like Southport or like in London?
No, we need more time than that.
Please don't do that. That's immediately like anxiety stuff. Just send me an email or, you know, contact my booking agent, please. But
Yeah.
like, just like, yeah. You can come down to London like tomorrow, right?
Fuck's sake. No, that's mad. That's bananas. Can't get down with that.
Be realistic with your requests, please. But yeah, like there's many things I'd like to do with my beautiful ADHD brain. So let's see.
Yeah, and you're going to achieve all of them, man. Believe me, man.
And I'm gonna get hench.
Yeah, well, you're off to the gym now, innit? Mate, I'm gonna wrap it up there. But NikNak, honestly, it's been an absolute joy to speak to you. Big yourself
Likewise,
up,
man. This
Thanks
is
so
good for you.
much.
Thank
Sick.
you, man.
So there you go, NikNak, sickest in the game, unbelievable turntablist and DJ and producer. Go check out her music if you hadn't. I'm sure you probably already heard of it. Go support what she's doing, changing the game out there. Dubway!